Hello. Oh, wow. My microphone is very quiet. Nani? Hello? I literally changed the setting on the thing. It says you can't change it. Ah! I guess I just have to get used to the fact that sound checking is part of the first thing that happens. I just have to do it. Unfortunately. Do we have anyone in the void below? Welcome point. You need to stop changing it in your sleep. Clearly, yeah, I'm getting up from my bed and changing it. That's exactly what I'm doing. Wild flower? Is that a flower in the wild? Is that a flower in Is that flower in heat? And today on the Nature documentary, we will see how the Flaris pins their mate to the... I'm good. How's everyone else doing? Y'all doing good? You doing good? Everything good? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Is that a flower and goo? Yeah, sorry, I was doing, before this I was doing some art. Some level decorating. And I was in the groove. I was kind of doing the... I was grooving. That's what was happening. So I was like, yeah. It was kind of coming together. I have like 2 cool asset packs because our artists did not want to make bespoke tile sets, which is honestly fine. But the point is, yeah, I want art now. It's like, well, shit. These are 2 very different mindsets that I have to be in. Yeah. Playing ESO, listening to your stream, hearing about heat, and being like, what? What do you mean, being like what? I'm just telling you what the mating behaviors of the wild flower are. It's just a nature documentary, bro. You don't need to, you don't have to put too much stock in it. What is ESO? Oh, Elder Scrolls Online? Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. Drafted Kamigawa at FNM. Always a nice set to return to. Kamigawa, like proper? Like actual, factual Kamigawa? Let's switch screens. Neon Dynasty. Got it. I was gonna say, like... I've been playing, I don't know if I told you about my blue-white blink deck. My blue-white blink deck, which... Yeah, I don't even know if I talked about this. Did I talk about the game where I flipped Throne of the Dead, like, 10 times? And I just, like, couldn't win the game? So... I have a blue-white blink deck, or used to, that the commander was Yorion. And basically what it would do is that if you blink Yorion on your end step, you can hide your board for a turn cycle. Yeah, Throne of the Dead 3. So what happened was I had like 5 initiative creatures. And then I blinked Yorion plus my 5 initiative creatures, like, multiple times. Like, over multiple turn cycles. And after resolving that, like, 10 times, my board state was just, like, a bunch of, like, 1/1s. and I couldn't win the game. So, due to the fact that I was literally rolling in value and probably couldn't lose the game, I figured out later that what I actually should have been doing was I should have been lava axing my opponents going through the dungeon, which I didn't do. I kept choosing the other path and then passing through Goad. The point is, I was like, you know what, this deck ain't it. I don't want to have to blink or flicker my initiative creatures like over 8 turn cycles, because it's really fun the first 2 times, and then it's like you're really just like hanging your junk in your opponent's face when you resolve it like the 7th time. Like, I'm sure people here who would love to play Commander with me would love it if I was like masturbating in front of their face, but like, you know, that's not actually what I want to do in Commander. It gives me anxiety. So I was like, okay, well, I kind of like the core of this deck, or like the blink stuff. Restoration Angel is like one of my favorite cards, so I'll do that on stream. How do you know I'm not doing it right now? You can't hand check me. Yeah, so I like the core of the deck. I liked having the initiative creatures. They seem good. The interesting thing is that, like, the initiative creatures that cost, like, 5 mana and stuff are like, okay, well, these are good because they give you the initiative, but, like, they cost 5 mana in a blue-white deck. So it's like, do I cast my commander or this initiative creature? Which led to its current iteration, which is, it is an Ojutai deck now. I promise this will tie in eventually, but it's an Ojutai deck now because I was like, okay, what is a dumb, clunky, like, win condition thing that I can do in the meanwhile while I'm resolving all of this initiative bullshit? And also have it not be too powerful that, like, I make my opponents sad, because people don't like it when I Yorion blink my board 70 times. Yeah, so it's Ojutai. So, one card that I am running in Ojutai, which probably could be anything else. Like, I'm sure there are other ways to enable Vigilance that aren't literally running Vigilance, but I run Vigilance from Kamigawa. It's one of the Kamigawa sets, I think, that has Vigilance in it. Yeah, Champions of Kamigawa. I'm literally running the 1 white enchantment, give my thing Vigilance. Which is very funny to me. Then you play Yorion as a companion. Unluckily, see, it's funny. That's really funny, because, like, what if I could? But I can't. Actually, I think Yorion isn't in the deck, because I know that it's just, like, 2 degen. Like, even if it's just a 1-of, like, I'll draw it, and then, like, it'll just be, like, really stupid. So, I don't do that. Which is, like, whatever. I told... Did I tell you guys about the deck that I'm planning on making? I don't know if I've talked about the Zedru deck that, like, I really, really want to make. Like, I don't think I've ever thought of a deck that's more toxic than the Zedru deck, like, in my entire life. And I just, like, really, really want to make it. I'm pretty sure, like, I have to have talked about it. It's wild to me that Vigilance was first keyworded in Kamigawa. Really? That's interesting. So did it just say, like, this creature doesn't have to tap to attack, or just, like, it didn't exist or something? Sorry, I don't know if I understood what you meant by this, Cesar, by the way. Back to Dark Souls for turns? TRNS? Turnus? Not sure what that means. Why are you going back to Dark Souls? Okay, well, I'm gonna start explaining this Zedru deck, and then if you know what I'm doing with this, or if you already understand, then it's fine. If I've already told you. It was around since Alpha with Sarah Angel, but just said attacking doesn't cause this to tab. Yes. Right, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So the deck that I wanted to make is Zedru. Zedru's ability is it's Jeskai colors, and then you can pay Jeskai to give one of your permanents to another player. And then at the start of your turn, you draw cards and gain life equal to how many permanents you own but don't control. So, like, I could give someone a land, and then, like, at the start of my turn, I just, like, draw an additional card and gain a life. Now, what's pretty common with this commander, like, arguably the correct way to play this commander, is you play stuff like 9 lives, where you gain a bunch of life when it enters, and then when it leaves, you take damage or something like that, or you like lose the game. I could have that effect wrong, but you play it, get the ETB, and then you give it to someone else so that you can destroy it, and then they lose the game. So that's the typical way you play Zedru. That's like the good way, is you donate people bad cards. Now the thing is, what I want to do with Zedru is I want to give people good cards. So the cards that I want to give people are like Rhystic Study. And the reason why I want to give people Rhystic Study is because green players really don't like reminding people about Rhystic Study. Like, they're like allergic to needing to keep track of triggers that they have on the board. So I'm going to give them really good cards that they have to keep track of, that are outside of their normal, like, brain power to keep track of. So I'm going to give a mono red player Esper Sentinel and then ask them to keep track of it. Welcome, Rue. Other things that I wanted to do are giving somebody Cathar's Crusade. So Cathar's Crusade is really good, right? Like, that's a game-winning card. The problem is that it's really, really annoying to keep track of. So I want to give Cathar's Crusade to somebody, especially if they're not winning yet, so that they need to, like, build the board state with the Cathar's Crusade on the board, and they have to keep track of it. And this one's really good. This is what I wanted to do, is, if you're familiar with the card Spirit Loop, basically what Spirit Loop says is that when the equipped creature deals damage, or like enchanted creature deals damage, you gain life equal to its power, or something like that, which is kind of lifelink, but the idea is that you can enchant someone else's creature, and then when it deals damage, they'll like attack for 5, and then you gain the 5. Are we revisiting the Dead by spoofing deck? I'm not sure I understand. Spoofing what deck? No, this is a real deck. I'm gonna make this deck. I'm really excited about it, actually, if not for the fact that I'm broke. So I need to get a bunch of cards from my friends so that I don't have to, like, buy random Zedru cards. So yeah, the point is, I want to enchant someone else's creature with Spirit Loop, but then give the control of Spirit Loop to another player. Which means that when one player attacks, that is not me, attacks someone else, the person who actually controls Spirit Loop, which I gave control of through Zedru, needs to keep track of gaining life. Yep. Oh my god, and then I can donate people like Soul Sisters, so that they need to keep track of gaining a life every single time a creature enters the battlefield. Amazing. I'm pretty sure it's called Spirit Link. Is it? Wait, is it real? Man, you'll get on some hit lists if you get into a tournament with that. Well, it's not a... It's an EDH deck. It's not a tournament deck. Like, this deck is never gonna win a game. That's the problem. Because the reality is that, like, in order for Zedru to be good, you need to, like, give people bad cards so that you can win the game. But the thing is, I'm gonna give people good cards. No, the card's called Spirit Loop. Spirit Loop is a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever an enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life. When Spirit Loop is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return Spirit Loop to its owner's hand. So I'm going to enchant someone else's creature and then donate Spirit Loop to somebody else. My spacebar died, but I remapped it to another key, Sag. Oh, that's really funny. I did something kind of similar. My right key, the pins in it don't link into the key socket underneath. Like, it falls off because I probably, like, mashed it too much. So what I did was I took the key from my number pad and then put it onto the key. So my arrow keys are up, down, left, and 1. Unfortunately, the 1 on my number pad comes out of its socket if I press it, so... Actually, that's not true. I replaced the decimal, because you have to press 1 a lot. So I put, for the decimal key, I put the right arrow key, because I never need to press it. And then for 1, I put the decimal key, so that it, like, stays in the socket. There's one without recursion called Spirit Link. Sweet. Now I can have 2 of them. When a enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life. Sweet. I can just run both of these. No, it's going to be really funny when I play Heuristic Study and then people are like, oh my god! Flaris is playing Heuristic Study. Holy shit. And then I'm like, cool, you can have it. It's like, why do you give me Heuristic Study? It's like, have fun keeping track of it. I don't give a shit. You can miss all the triggers you want. I will remind you. But, still your job. My old keyboard is one of those cheap Razer membranes and I can't fix it. Replacement should be here at 7 p.m, but I don't know. Oh, you're getting the actual keyboard replaced? Like, straight up replacing it, or is somebody, like, repairing it? God damn it! Stop listening to my sniffling. Stop that. Just stop listening. You can leave the stream so you don't have to listen to it. But yeah, I just need to, like, know what are the most, like they're just beneficial enough that, like, you want to keep track of it, but not beneficial enough that, like, you care very deeply or it's gonna, like, win the game. So, like, you know. I need stuff like Spirit Link, where it's like, oh, I'm glad that I'm gaining life off of this Spirit Link that you donated to me, but also, like, it's over there, and I have to pay attention. Oh my god, wait. I can give somebody, like, a Silverblade Paladin. I can give someone who doesn't have a creature Spirit Blade Paladin, so that when they play a creature, they need to soul bond, or deal with soul bonding. God. Oh my god, I can donate people sagas! Wait! Oh my god, wait, I need to play a Fall of Thran, and then destroy everyone's lands, but then donate the Fall of Thran to, like, the 4th player. God damn it. I knew when I bought one which has generic mechanical with allegedly Cherry MX switches. Oh. So that's what you're replacing it into? What would be an annoying saga to keep track of? Yeah, I tried doing some research into this before, and it's like, it's just hard to find cards. Like, there are cards that are, like, annoying or make people salty. Like, they make people angry. But the thing is, like, those cards often make people angry by virtue of being on the board. So, like, I can't play, like, Narset Parter of Veils and then give it to someone. Because, like, I obviously played the Narset. Also, I can't donate a Narset to someone because it'll screw my drawing of stuff. I would say long list of ents, but that's green. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, I need to do stuff with like you name a card and then give it to someone else. Or like you name a number and then give it to someone else. It's like, what number is it? It's like, oh, it was 1. And then they ask me the next time and I'm like, I don't know, it's your card. What's it on? or just like upkeep triggers. Like beneficial upkeep triggers. Or beneficial like end step triggers. Chalice of the Void is good. Yeah, see, that's the problem though, right? Is that like Chalice can... Like, Chalice is clearly beneficial to me. And then like, I'm just giving it to someone else. Right? So, it's true that they would need to keep track of Chalice, but people would be angry at me because it's Chalice. So, like, it needs to be, like, either very light stacks, or it needs to be, like... Yeah, it's, like, mildly beneficial effects that you want to not care about, but need to maintain the board state. Like, that's what it needs to be. Oh, yeah, I also want to give people Glacial Chasm. So that I can have, like, 3 counters on Glacial Chasm, and then, like, the person who has Glacial Chasm needs to actually read the card. Oh my god. Oh, what if there's, like... Are there lands that have upkeep effects? Maybe I should just be looking for stuff that has upkeep effects. The deck has passed from meme to war crime. It's okay, this deck is already a war crime. I saw a mini documentary of Phyrexia and it looks cool. Magic art is cool as fuck. Magic art's okay. I'm an anime kid, so unfortunately I would prefer anime art. I buy many of the anime arts. Man, my friend got my hopes up the other day because he said, like, oh yeah, wait, Restoration Angel's awesome. I think there's an anime art of Restoration Angel. Which, if there was an anime art of Restoration Angel, I would own like 70 by now. You don't play Yu-Gi-Oh? I do play Yu-Gi-Oh. Rue, I've gotten to... What's it? When Diamond was the highest thing, I got to Diamond 1 like 3 times. Playing with Dolces. So... The thing is, like, after I get to the top of, like, whatever ranked ladder in a game that I'm playing, I just, like, stop playing. So, I got to, like, top 10 in Cardfight Vanguard, like, on their simulator for a while, and then accused everybody above me of cheating, because they were likely all disconnect bugging. And the funny thing, I also want to point out a very funny thing about the disconnect bug in the Cardfight Vanguard simulator, which is that I think their way of providing recourse for the fact that you were probably winning a game, but your opponent disconnected, is that they would pair you against someone who's in, like, Plat. So, if you were in Master, and then you got disconnected versus... There was some likelihood that your next match or next couple of matches would be paired against someone of, like, significantly lower elo. I'm assuming this was to autocorrect for the fact that, like, people would disconnect. Unfortunately, what this means is that people could farm people of not master rank. So it's like, as someone in master, you could disconnect versus your opponent knowing that they're gonna get win points from someone who's not in master, which means that master just gets overloaded with, like, match points. Because none of the master players lose points for disconnecting, and then you farm all of the points from people in platinum. So that was stupid. I really hope they fixed it by now, but unfortunately the game is like, they release sets and then you have to like buy the sets, and it's like, I'm not fucking doing that. Sorry. And we already got top 10 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, my favorite thing about that, by the way, was when I got disconnected versus Pecora. That's hilarious. Because obviously Pecora was not playing the Cardfight Vanguard simulator. But whatever Nosagi decided to Pecora impersonate on Cardfight Vanguard, just like... just being bad manners. Bad manners. You go in full YOLO and play Gem Knight OTK. I don't remember if that's still a thing. Is that still a thing? Probably. And what is this card? Yogg, Moths, Vial, Offer. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this thing is terrifying. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, this is from, like, Dominaria. It's pretty old. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, what else? Shadowverse. That was a really long time ago, though. I got to, like, master with Roach combo. Magic. I got to Mythic with Simic Nexus. What other games do I not play anymore? Oh, Hearthstone. I got to Legend in Hearthstone with Tempo Mage. But yeah. Ladder grinding is miserable, though. It's literally a game of just, like, playing enough games with some degree of consistency that you, like, win 60% of the time. Which is decently high when you consider it, but, like, it's kind of miserable. So, which is exactly why I'm retired to EDH. And we're so retired into EDH that we've gotten to the point that I don't care about winning anymore. Which is crazy. I actually care so little about winning that I just want to see my opponent suffer while resolving Rhystic Study. Alright. Anyways, that was a lot of talking. Did we want to play Spire finally? Are we finally actually going to play Spire? The one card game that I can't win at consistently? Probably because my character's bad. %60 is decently high when you're playing against people who are able to play the game, i.e. top rank and maybe the rank below. Yeah, that's why I was like, 60% is actually high. You know, I would guess that my final win rate was actually a lot closer to 50 in, like, most games. So it's like, there's some percentage points of, like, games you could be winning if you saw, like, some hyper-critical line that you need to... you need to, like, see into the universe and able to understand, like, in order to see that line, but, like, you just play the game good against other people who play the game good, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And certain rank ladders are also different. It, like, depends on how their ranking works. Because card game ladders often have, like, win streaks. Or if they don't have win streaks, there's, like, another common abusable system is D-ranking. So if you ever hit, like, thresholds, like, you go from, like, out of 100 XP, you go from, like, 90 to, like, 115. So you're 15 into the next rank. And then you lose, like, 3 times in a row. Because, like, you got unlucky. As long as you get unlucky around the time that you don't automatically D-rank, then it's fine. Also, if it's an instant D-rank, but there's, like, other systems, like, when you D-rank, you only lose 1 star. Like, out of 5. This was for Hearthstone, I think. It might be different now. But you lose 1 star for D-ranking, so you're 4 out of 5. But when you win, you go up, like, 3 stars. Like, a star to get you to the next rank puts you into a boundary of like 2 losses still. So it's not directly telling you that you can be at 0 like LP, for example, and lose, but it like gives you an additional, like you start at the middle, so you can afford to lose. My point is that 60% is not a high win rate in bronze, silver, and gold, etc. Yes. It's not, it doesn't matter as much at those levels. It's fairly impressive when you have to play against people who know what they're doing. Which is actually interesting. I think this was also brought to my attention. So, card game tournaments are very interesting because of the fact that, like, it's like Swiss. Usually tournaments are Swiss. In a Swiss structure, for the first, like, half of the rounds, you can just get paired up against, like, anybody. Like, until you cross past, like, the halfway point in the tournament where, like, half the people who have won are, like, big, like, probably better, and then half the people below are, you know, like, the people who are actually losing. Must be far to travel for most of the world. What, far to travel? What, for tournaments? Like, card game tournaments? But anyways, card game tournaments are interesting because almost tournaments. Shut the fuck up, boy. Fuck off. Okay. You don't assuredly get paired up against people who are actually good at the game. So what is more frequently possible is that when you play against bad players, you need to know how to win. So it's like, if there are common mistakes that people make that you know you can win the game off of, you need to know what those are. Right? Which is like piloting skill and stuff. So it's like, if your control opponent is not expecting you to like instant speed, like make dudes on the end of their turn because like no one at their locals knows how to do that. I mean, that's kind of a poor example because it's like, that's a fairly basic thing to do against control. But it's like double spelling through an end step. Like, you spell on their end step, and then you're like, okay, if this doesn't get countered, it's really good. If it gets countered, I double spell on my turn as a way to, like, break through counter magic. Like, some players just don't know how to do that. Like, they just jam everything at sorcery speed and then go, like, why does the blue player counter all my spells? Like, they just don't know how to play the game. So, when you play against those players in a tournament, you need to know what the strategies are so that you can actually, like, more consistently win. Whereas, like, if you're playing against an experienced control player, it's kind of like, that's still there, but there's maybe more considerations to make. Like, picking a spot and stuff like that. So, the point is that, like, every rule structure for competitive play in basically anything has, like, they're not exploits, but they are, like, by virtue of how the competitive structure works, like, it can adapt how your playstyle works, or it just, like, I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, it changes, like, fine. The outcome you're trying to get is determined by the rules. So, for example, in Apex, like, my understanding is that you get points for being one of the final teams. Like, you don't actually need to champion in order to rank up. There's, like, kill point ratio and stuff like that, right? So, the, like, structures that get you to a high level in that game aren't, like, you would think, like, oh, you need to win the game, and then it's like, you don't actually need to win the game. You want to get kills. So, if the goal is to get kills, and in rapid succession, then a good way to do that is to hot drop with other people, and then get really good at hot dropping, and then kill people. Like, screw getting to the end of the game. I'm just gonna queue up like 70 times and get a bunch of kill points. I don't actually know if that's the dominant strategy in Apex, but I'm saying that that is an example of, like, if this is how the rank structure of that game works, it kind of changes how, like, you as a player can approach it in order to, like, get higher rank. Which is honestly why I don't like rank structures. Because they're not about being like, I am objectively good at this game. They're like, how do I get points in this system? Which usually involves you being good at the game. But I'm just saying that, like, it bothers me that there's a lot of, like, metagame around getting more points. You also need to know to turn your brain down to conserve energy. Exactly. So, like, there's a bunch of different aspects of, like, tournament play and stuff like that. Like, I know a lot of people, back when Blue-White was more popular in Modern, like, a lot of people would comment that, like, they just needed to, like, it's hard to play a 12-round tournament playing Blue-White control, is what their comment would be. So it's like, you can also pick decks that are not mentally taxing on you. Like, that's another thing you can consider. Fuck all this is 09 COD lobby all over again. What do you mean? Hey nerd, I'm stuck at work. Free me so I can play Tekken 8. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can free you so that you can play Tekken 8. You can free yourself. If you just think really hard, you can free yourself. So you game the system, humans are good at it. Exactly. Well, that's my point, is that, like, a lot of it is about gaming the system. Which does involve skill. You still need to use skill, right? As we're commenting, like, it's hard to play against high-ranked people in, like, competitive ladders. I'm just saying that, like, Vanguard was my last, I think, truly competitive game, where I was like, okay, we will once again make it to Masters in this game. Again. And then I was like... like, I'm good. My problem with ranked system is when people leave to not have a bad record. That's always the worst. Ranking on Soul KDA is Black Ops 1. Interesting. It's not hard because it requires thinking. Blue-White Control does not do that. It just takes time, so you spend more time spending mental resources. It at least doesn't take much more thinking than the average deck. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that the nature of control decks require you to sometimes plan ahead. And I know people, I guess, meme about that, where they're like, well, the control player thinks they're so big brain because they're thinking of, like, 7 million steps ahead. And it's like, when you play mono red, you play the haste creature and you attack. And then maybe you sandbag a burn spell. Got him. Right? Whereas, like, the opportunity cost between playing, like, a card draw spell, a threat at sorcery speed, holding up a counterspell for what you know is in the meta, trying to poke a hole for when you can resolve your win con, related to the last decision, where it's like, okay, I know that they're going to play Croxa this turn, so what I'm going to do is leave up my Exile counter magic so that I don't get shit on by Croxa. So it's like, when you have decisions, I think control deck decisions can be pretty hard, but I know other people who play control, and I've had this too, where it's like, it's probably just correct to remove the thing, it's probably just correct to counterspell the thing here. Like, you don't think about it that much. It's like, I'm just going to throw the counterspell at it. It's like, not a lot of thought. I think another part of that is, as you're saying, you spend more time doing things, so because you have to spend longer times in the round, you don't, like, get as much downtime to like, take a break between rounds. So. I think it's unfair to say that control decks do no thinking. But it's not as much as, Like, it's not some galaxy brain Rube Goldberg machine. It's just like, you have to make good decisions. Who would have guessed? Everyone knows the hardest decks to play are luck-based ones. I have to avoid so many black cats to be lucky. Luck-based decks are actually really hard to play. So it depends on the system, but like wild striking in Exceed is commonly touted as like, oh, it's like really random because you just flip the card off the top of your deck. But like oftentimes there's like other systems around that. And so it's kind of like a random haha luck deck, but there's a lot of interesting things to it. Yeah, sure. I guess my bias is that because I like playing mid-range and control decks, because I feel like I have decisions, is because, like, when I play aggro decks, I'm like, okay, I'm playing an aggro deck. Like, I remember when I was grinding ladder in Hearthstone, like I got to Legend with Tempo Mage, but a lot of my games before that were with, like, aggro Paladin, and it was just, like, it was the most, like, do the same thing every single game. Like, just play all of your creatures, just tap out for every creature all the time. Like, no stop. Just play everything and fucking kill them. And then you either made it or didn't make it. Stops working when people start interacting with you and having good answers to your board states. But the thing is, like, you couldn't win those games if you sandbagged. So it was just jam every time, play something every time. I do not like playing aggro decks, because I feel like I'm going through the motions, and I'm just, like, just attacking people. So that's my bias. But who knows? I guess, yeah, sorry, I guess I also play... Well, like, combo is usually not in the 3, or I don't know what the current mental model of deck archetypes are. But, like, I was either, like, a mid-range combo player or, like, a control combo player. Or you still have to do what most card game players aren't capable of doing, read your and your opponent's cards. See, I thought you were going to say something funny and say you have to read your opponent, and I'm like, well, that's actually important, but... Okay. Is it time to start playing yet? Have I bored people with my card game speak? When you play aggro, those are optional. What, reading your and your opponent's cards? Yeah. Why read cards? Smash face. Read cards, smash face. Well, because, like, again, it's the same thing, too, like, which kind of bothers me, where it's, like, it's very easy to boil down this stuff into archetypes. It's, like, the cool thing about aggro is that you have to go through the motions. Right? Like, which is good. It's just, like, I can't... I feel like it's more on me that, like, I can't just, like, do the same thing multiple times, as can be seen by when I used to do, like, a lot more variety content. I say that as if I have been doing Slay the Spire content for a long time. But what I'm saying is that, like, you know, the same as any other deck, you need to be focused and play the lines correctly. Like, you can't see me shrugging, but I am shrugging. It's like, yeah, that can be kind of hard if you're on round 5 and then you missed a point of damage because, like, you didn't commit to the non-haste threat first, or, like, you didn't, like, you pointed a removal spell at a bad blocker that you could have just like attacked into, and then you missed lightning bolt damage. It's like these are things that happen, right? Like that's fair, right? But like I don't like playing aggro. I feel like those decisions are usually not super hard for me, and I don't feel like they like result in me feeling agency, which is not to say that they aren't decisions with agency, but I don't like making those decisions, I guess. You can bait all this peep talk into a clip like can't read but can smash. I mean, I don't think this needs to be clipped for any reason. Non-haste threat, remove it. Not hasty, remove it. I actually think one of the coolest aggro decks that I never played was Grixis Shadow. I never got a chance to play Grixis Shadow. It was very expensive when I was playing. Just like very, very cool deck. I guess like tempo is not like pure raw like no brain aggro, which is like what I'm kind of characterizing is like the like just play dudes and attack kind of aggro. But yeah. It's been about an hour. Do you think like it's do you think we should start yet? Do we want to play a run of Slay the Spire? We don't have to. Shadow is a combo aggro deck. I agree. It's like a combo-y get your Shadow in. Yeah, I think the continuations of those decks basically turned into what, blue-red tempo? Like the current state of blue-red tempo? What are the decks right now? I'm actually curious. Because I obviously haven't played competitively in a very long time, and I just don't pay attention. Rakdos Scam. That's hilarious. That is the funniest deck name I've ever heard of. What is this? Oh, this is just, like, awful. What the fuck? I hate all of this. What the fuck? Yo, they're playing K-Command! That's crazy! I fucking loved K-Command. I played Grixis Twin for a little bit. And then I got banned. God. Those were the days. Those were the days. I K-Command back my Snapcaster Mage. And then I Snapcaster Mage my Kolaghan's command to pick up another Snapcaster Mage. Use a 1 mana if it dies, return to the field on Grief and formerly Fury. Yeah, that's just, yeah. Just very cool. That's why it's called Rakdos Scam. That's so funny, though. Like, that's so fucking funny. Because I think we stopped using, like, you know, we stopped using cute names for decks, right? Anyone remember Second Sunshine or Second Sunrise? Second Breakfast, that's what it was. Eggs. Like, we stopped having cool names for our decks. But Rakdos Scam has got to be the funniest shit I've heard in a while. Yeah, they're normally just, like, named after the key card of the deck, right? Or the color combination. It's interesting Asmofood has a deck, that's weird. I'm glad Amulet Titan is doing well. I used to have a friend who was, like, really into playing Amulet Titan. So... Wizards of the Coast stream tournament called it Rakdos Evoke, to be fair. That's so funny. They can't even call it the real name. Cowards. They can't even correctly call it Rakdos Scam. I mean, like, I understand that they can't do that. It's just, like, so funny to me. Ooh, Abza and Amelia combo. I was told about this one. This is the, Oh, they're playing Return to the Ranks over Rally the Ancestors? Damn. I used to play this deck in Standard. was like 4-color Rally the Ancestors combo. I shit on people with that deck. It's like one of my favorite decks. Yeah, it's actually so funny. I don't know if I told people about this. So we're just going to keep talking about card games, I guess, until I feel like starting a run. I don't know if I've told people about this, but there was a person at my locals who was like hyper competitive, like extremely competitive. Like they would talk to all the tournament grinders at the store. They would go grind tournaments, and at the time I wasn't like I didn't grind tournaments. Like I just played the game, and I was like pretty decent at it, like at my locals. So the the actual version of the Rally the Ancestors combo, which Rally Ancestors, it was X double white to return all creatures with CMC X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then you exile them at the beginning of your turn or end step or something like that. I think it was end step. So this was paired with cards that either sacrificed themselves, didn't stay on the battlefield, or like, yeah, you would have like a sack outlet. So what you could do is you could reanimate a bunch of effects that say when your creatures die, you deal the damage to somebody. So you'd have a bunch of those. So let's say you had 4 of those, and then you had like something that died and made a creature. You would sack the thing that died and made a creature, deal 4 damage to your opponent. Then you would sacrifice the creature it made to deal 4 more damage to your opponent. And then you would like sack off your board and just like do a bunch of damage to your opponent at once. So this deck started as an Abzan deck. And then as we got access to like, I think more fetch lands, or just people kind of figured it out, that like, I think it might have actually been Reflector Mage that made it very much a 4-color deck. Once people like had access to that, I kept playing the Abzan version because I really liked Abzan Ascendancy, which like wasn't a good card, but I liked it. And this person, this hyper-competitive person at my store, would just like this guy lost to me for like a year. Like actually Chronic L-Taker, this person could not beat me in a tournament for like a year. You think that is a hyperbole? It is not. Every time I was paired against this person, they would lose. And I was a lot more of like an anxious, you know, like introverted person at the time. So like they would kind of be like a grumpy Spike player who would be like mad that they lost like every time. And like I think about it now and I'm just like, it's so funny to me that this guy was like the most giga try-hard Spike player I think I've ever met in my life, and they just like could not beat the worst version of the like top deck at the time. Like they were also playing a good deck. I think they were playing like Dark Jeskai control or something like that, which was even supposed to have a good matchup because I had Kalidas. But they just like couldn't win. I did not enjoy needing to deal with their bullshit of being angry at me for some reason. Like, why is it my fault you're losing? It's not my fault. So it's my story about the one asshole at my locals. I have not seen him in many years. Maybe he's still out there grinding. But he was a dick. Yeah. Talking about card games, Digimon apparently planning to make a game for their card game for some reason. Oh, like a digital simulator? I mean, they're probably just like a good idea, right? Digital simulator is probably just a good idea. Yeah. The point is that this Pioneer deck looks like my old standard deck. I hope for his sake he's not still grinding. Can't be good for his blood pressure. Yeah, they just like were not the greatest. I think I might have also been like, you know, not as level-headed as I am now, but Like, I wasn't, like, rude to people. Like... I might get into it if they do that, especially if they have a Beezlemon deck. Yeah, Beezlemon is literally just an edgy guy. Gotta always find it funny when it's like, all right, guys, we're playing a monster catching game or a monster, yeah, like a Pokemon or a Digimon or Pal World. Guys, we've got this new thing where you catch the monsters, and it's like, this is just a guy. Beezlemon is just a guy. He's just a dude in like a biker jacket. But I mean, like, he's a cool guy in a biker jacket. But what I'm saying is that it's just funny. It's just funny that it's like, what's one of the coolest things in Digimon? It's like, he's just some guy in a biker jacket. I like the resource system in Digimon TCG, at least in theory, but no other parts of the game interest me. Might try the online simulator, though. See, the thing that I thought was really interesting about this is that, like, you know, I have friends who, they play a breadth of card games. Like, they move around a lot. Play a lot of different card games, just, like, because they can. And the most interesting thing they told me about Digimon TCG, or just like the energy system, is that like they literally had to make things called like energy producers or whatever, where it's like if you start your turn with less than like X mana or something, you get more. Because the common strategy in like with that mana system is to like play cards and like squeak it over like one energy. So it's like you start your turn with one energy, and it's called like energy locking people or something. So they had to make cards to counteract that. I just find it really funny because it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a positive feedback loop. So when you like play a big thing, I get to play a big thing. So it's like, wow, it's a positive feedback loop. And it's like, what if we saw the other part of it? That is the obvious way to abuse the system. Yeah, but that's the problem, is that when people do it, the game stops being fun. It's like, what is the most effective way for me to, like, play creatures, but then give my opponent no mana? You know what I mean? It's just... So, the point is, like, when my friends told me that, I was like, oh, that's, like, kind of smart and, like, an interesting way to play the game. Like, that makes a lot of sense. You should play the game like that, because that's how you'd probably win. And they were like, no, it's bullshit. It's, like, so annoying that, like, they don't give me energy. And I'm like, that's a fucking game. That's the game. Like, that's why I said in theory, as I didn't know how it shook out in reality. Yeah, so my understanding is that, like, the game is held together better by the necessity of playing those kinds of cards, where it's like you kind of, like, you need to have a way to deal with getting energy locked, because otherwise you will run into problems. But I don't keep up concurrently with it. That was, like, what I was told a year ago. It's like, no one thinked on the horrible repercussions of a simple, funny action. No, I think a lot of things in design will sound good, and then you, like, try it and you're like, oh, this is not good. So I can't say I'm particularly impressed by I think it's called, like, the Chrono Clash system. It's, like, the actual overarching system they try to, like, implement into a bunch of other games. But, yeah. I do find it funny that, like, something... I think a very basic design pattern, like energy, is, like, there was, like, Magic, and I think, like, L5R existed at around that time as well. But, like, the concept of producing resources to pay for things, and then, like, that's your opportunity cost for, like, playing cards and stuff, was just, like, not a design pattern before we made it. Which is very interesting to me. That basically, within my lifetime, the concept of energy costs and opportunity costs in relation to game design was made, basically. I mean, obviously it was made and mirrored from real life. You know, real life economy, scarcity, etc., whatever. But it's just neat that it, like, I guess, like, we take it for granted that that would have existed, or that people would innovate on some kind of energy card playing thing as a system. But, like, yeah, because someone has to do that. On designing is based on practice is an issue. What do you mean, like, on designing is based on practice is an issue? At the end, that's what happens with TCGs. They become useless, bloat, speculative assets. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Because I think, like, the interesting thing about decks, like games with decks, is that, like, there's an inherent degree of randomness to it. And, like, people like randomness. It's really unfortunate because, like, I think part of my design training, basically, would suggest that what people like in games is randomness. I don't think it's possible to be that reductive, but basically, like, the reason why fighting a boss is fun is because either the patterns and the ways of triggering them are a black box to the player, so you just kind of have to react to what they're doing, or perhaps there's also fun in, like, learning the pattern set or whatever. Like, we're gonna shelve the devil's advocate for 2 seconds here, right? But the idea is that, like, since I don't exactly know what, like, a boss is going to do in a Dark Souls fight, like, and I need to, like, be paying attention and I have to be aware, right? It's like, that's interesting, right? So the thing that I personally really like about card games is that, assuming deck building went well, and, like, yeah, so, like, assuming deck building went well, you should be able to draw a card, like, a hand of, like, 7 cards, for example, in Magic, and you can be like, I think I know what I'm supposed to do with this. So there's, like, a degree of randomness, like, that's inherent to the fact that it is a deck that you draw random cards from, and that randomness allows you to have many different, like, combinations of cards that make you think, what do I do with this? So it's like the default loop of, like, drawing cards and it changing the context of what is happening in your hand, like, through a randomness engine, is just, like, appealing. The thing that I was going to say was, like, I don't know if people will like card games in the future. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's value in that system, but also that people, like, I think a lot of people who play card games nowadays are just, like, Magic players who haven't stopped playing Magic. Or at least that's what I've seen. I don't know if that's just my local scene, but it's like, I always wonder if it's just going to be a dead format in, like, 10 years. And I'll tell people about how I got, like, master in a bunch of card games, and it's like, Flares, who the fuck cares? Yeah, every game is somewhere between a slot machine and chess, and the most popular games tend towards slot machines. Yes. I don't fully agree. However, you know, if you saw the most recent community post, you would know how strong the motivation is of of a completely randomized system. There are different randomization systems. This is a recorded thing. It's like reward circuitry. And then the one reward circuitry that gives people the, like, longest and most consistent high is just, like, pure randomness for a thing that you want, which is why gacha and gambling is so addictive. It just fucks with our brain, basically, is what I'm saying. Do you think we're eventually going to start playing Slay the Spire? Because I think we will. Eventually. I think in games in general will return to short, funny money suckers using things like AI and procedural generation to make the gameplay infinite. See, that's the interesting thing, is I really just don't... like... I don't know. Like, good procedural generation, I think, is, like, hard. Or, I think oftentimes the most effective procedural generation systems are, like, usually just a way to randomize bespoke assets. Like, people really like Hades, and it's like, cool, what is Hades? It is a bunch of encounters that you learn over time, because they're all just rooms. Slay the Spire, similarly, is just a bunch of rooms. It's like, this is the Jawworm and Louse combat that got spawned randomly. So you can make, like, pretty good infinite gameplay like that. But I think people have the wrong idea on, like, no, but if all of it is procedural and all of it is just... if we just produce all of it procedurally, like, it's gonna be super good. It's like, no. Unfortunately, your creativity matters a little bit. Like, a tiny bit. I think... I don't know to what degree Binding of Isaac is also procedural. I don't know if it is 100% procedural or if they created rooms and then stick them together. Whoa, procedurally generated game mechanics! Whoa! Whoa, I don't know what game mechanic I'm gonna get on the next run. Whoa! Crazy! Just pure randomness! The future of game design! Guys, we're replacing game designers. We're gonna replace all of them with AIs and procedural generation. Man, I can't wait for that to just, like, age like milk. When in 20 years my job is actually replaced by an AI. It's gonna be fucking sick. Like, I'm gonna look back at this stream in particular and I'll be like, I'm sorry guys. They actually don't need me. All of the thinking of all of humanity was offloaded to AIs. Sorry, guys. It's over. The goal of mankind is to replace itself, have you noticed? I think the goal of mankind is to replace itself currently. I think that is the current... one of the current things. Which is interesting. Or I find that interesting. Because I guess, like, I'm gonna do the thing where I talk about my own experience, which means that it's true. Clearly. Which is not the case. But I think people, in general, can perceive what I do in combination with all the other things. What's it called? And I think it's a result of trying. So I think a lot of people go like, oh man, Glitters, I wish I could do all the things that you do. That's crazy. In my weird combination of skills that I can do. But it's like, I don't do them from the perspective of like, yes, once I have done enough of this, then then I don't matter anymore. I guess, you know what I mean? It's like I'm doing it because I am the only one that can do it. It's like, if I want to make the art that I feel like I should be making, then I will do it. Like, it's not the same anymore if I get an AI to do it for me. Because it's not me that did it. I guess you could say, like, part of the purpose is that I do it. And I think that's largely led to a lot of success in what I do. So it's like, You don't have to replace yourself, I guess. You can become the biggest degenerate ever and probably still end up somewhere decent if you know. I guess the idea is, like, instead of replacing yourself, make yourself irreplaceable. You know what I mean? It's like the desire to replace yourself, I think, is inherently assuming that, like, what you can do can be replaced. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense or I'm getting, like, too esoteric. Starfield kind of proved the limitations of procedural generation. You can have a vast world, but if it's auto-generated, it loses a lot. Exactly. And, like, my personal opinion on, like, generated content is that, like, I think it's probably good as, like, a starting point, or, like, can help a lot of people to have a springboard. So, for example, it's like, I don't want to have to, like, generate all of the terrain on a moon. I don't want to have to do every single thing bespoke on this round planet, but it's like... But I could start with that, and then... Or I could, like, have it generate a city, and then be like, okay, what does the city look like, and then springboard off of that, but... Because one of the things I think that people don't tell you about art, for example, is that, like visual arts, for example, is that, like, people who draw from imagination are just, like, using things that they remember. Right? Like, you could say that there's creativity or, like, in ideation and stuff like that, right? But when someone tries to draw something, if they're not using a reference, they're probably using a reference in their head, right? Like, their visual library of stuff that they can imagine based on stuff they have practiced, seen, replicated, referenced. Like, that's in their brain because they study. So I think having something that can generate content for you, or, like, a pose, for example, or, like, you know, particular designs, is a matter of, like, expanding the visual library for an artist. Like, so it can... I'm saying that I think it can be a useful tool for filling in that gap of the creative process, but there's obviously other things, other problems. I need AI robots for reasons. Listen, I will be the first person to admit that, like, I'm probably just gonna have an AI girlfriend in the future. Which is funny, because you would go like, but you just said, like, what about people being irreplaceable and investing in, like, the things? And it's like, I don't know. I don't got time, bro. Sorry. If the pictures on the funny green site have been enough to last me for this long, then I'll probably survive with an AI girlfriend. It's good enough. Okay. I think I grasp it. The thing is to do it by your own and not by someone else. Either tool or someone else. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think that's a really easy thing to say to people and be like, you need to do it. And you will understand that when you do it, that you're like, ah, this is the thing I made. And you can look at it and be like, that was hours of, like, my life that I poured into this thing. Right? Like, that was my time. But I think even at the end of the day, it's still, like, your decision to choose if that's a waste of time. Like, you can do all of that and be like, yeah, not it. Not worth. Equally as valid as eventually going, well, maybe going like, yeah, this is a thing I made. Worth. Yeah, who knows? That's what I'm saying, like, 20 years from now, I'll let you guys know. We'll come back to the stream. We'll rediscuss it again 20 years from now. Every game on every game buying platform is just AI generated. And people are like, yes, give me more of the AI generated video game. I love it. I'm squarely in the not it camp. It's fair. But boy, remember when we talked about first of all, welcome Piotr, because I don't know if I said hi. Remember when we talked about the wording on this card? Mystical Pennant. That was an important conversation that I thought was moderately insightful. And I was like, wow. Like, I thought about it. I remember the conversation details was I did explain that I thought about it, but the fact that it was, like, mentioned by someone else in, like, a slightly different way, I was like, yeah, you know, that's fair. I don't remember if we actually changed this one. I think we actually did, because this wording implies that you could go infinite with one pulse. I do not see that as something that I made that I mattered in. That is acceptable. In my honest opinion, I feel like that is a cognitive framing thing, but I don't need to force you to determine that something matters, because that's not the point. I can't make it matter for you. Only you can make it matter to yourself. That's literally the entirety of what I'm saying. I can't tell you that it matters. I can explain to you that this is an example using my own cognitive framing that I would say, oh yeah, that's an interesting thing, that mattered. But like me bludgeoning you into saying that it matters is like literally completely against the point of what I am saying. So I'm not going to force you. Okay. I see why you gave us a death flag in Arknight stream. You plan to replace us with an AI girlfriend. You monster, I won't die without a fight. Yeah, can I just replace the entirety? Listen, I want to replace the entirety of chat with just like an AI girlfriend. My entire stream setup is going to, instead of, yeah, I'm gonna ask Vidal. I'm gonna ask Vidal. It's Vidal, right? Yeah. For the code to Neuro, I'm going to make another beep boop. Beep boop while I love watching the stream. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask for the code. Except it's gonna output all the responses to text in my live chat and replace all the messages from all the chatters. Did it. We're gaming. We're gonna replace our chat with Neurosama. Except that it won't be Neurosama. It'll be someone else. Oh, go far. Play the card. Exactly. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is actual streaming content. This is good. Okay. After an hour and 30 minutes of talking, we're actually gonna play A20 Flagbearer. Who would have guessed? Okay. Can we snipe some elites? 1, 2. 1, 2. We cannot double snipe any elites. This has 2 events and 3 encounters into a bonfire with like a lot of elites, and we can split off here. If we're dying, we can go to this shop. We probably go to that shop anyways. I think this path is good. Beep boop, can you enter sword in my circle? No double snipe or fire snipe, unfortunately. Exactly. So it's like we could transform 2 cards, which makes the shop worse, but potentially makes our elite fights very good. Or we could choose a colorless card. I think we're gonna take the double transform as a pseudo double removal. I'm gonna transform 2 strikes. Both of them were skills. We are fucked. Beep boop, I will enter my sword in your circle. Jesus. Alright, we need to change the parameters on that one. It's not perfect enough. I need chat to be more perfect. I need it to be even more perfect. I need you to say exactly the thing that I want you to say, and therefore it will be the best thing. We unfortunately are going to take this Twin Slash because I don't want to lose the elite encounters to getting fucking plant reveal leyline. 5, 6, 7 is 18, which would put us at 30 before these encounters for the elite fight. I think we actually just need to like pass on this, which kind of sucks. Oh, fuck. You're over 50% to get on the first 2 hits. Yeah, it's just like... I feel like my deck is already kind of weak, so I don't want to be at low HP going into the elite fight. It's basically my line of thinking. This reveal leyline with no payoff is like pretty fucking bad. I think I take the preparation to give vulnerable. I just like need attacks. After 3rd, it becomes 75%. I have definitely lost all of my HP to that event, which I find very funny. I am once again crying because I think we're going to struggle to fight this elite. The power potion maybe has us covered, and we were considering going to the shop, which, like, we might actually end up going to because our deck is so weak. If we survive all of this, then we want to go to the shop instead of fighting the other elite. It still puts us to, like, 33, which is the range that we don't want to be. Actually, it's 32, right, is the knob number, I think. 32 determines if you have another turn to live. In an hour, I'm off work. Baby! Can't wait to maul people with my Baron Tekken. When did it come out? New Tekken. I think 32 is the number. So we're gonna take this. This is actually within range. We just need to not take damage from this cultist. It came out specifically today? Okay. Oh shit, I should have. I'm playing real good right now. Me play game real good. So now I'm at 32 and I'm in range of knob. Fucking damn it! Recall Crescent is an attack card. Okay. I think the most we can do is like retrace this Recall Crescent and like play a reveal leyline. Let's see if this is something good. Seraphim form. Fuck, I don't want to play that immediately. No. We could play it and then wake it up immediately, I guess. Wake it up quickly before it demon forms. Please no. I'm gonna pass. I would like to pass on dying to demon formed Lagavulin. Ah. Okay. I'm wondering if Shatter is better than, like, 3 turns of Seraphim form. I honestly don't know. I guess what we could do with that whole head smash, I mean, it's got something going on there. What? Has anyone looked at Weepin' Bell before? Just curious. I'm just curious how many homies have looked at Weepin' Bell, like, you know, just saying that it, you know, it's like there. It's just it's just there. Am I talking about the right one? Weepin' Bell. Whipping my balls. Jesus. Yeah, Weepin' Bell, I'm really sorry, but Weepin' Bell looks like a fleshlight. I just can't unsee it. I'm really sorry. But that just be how it do. That's just what it is sometimes, you know? This is not going well. Just a 0 damage. Good turn there, just choosing to take 4 damage. Listen. The 4 damage didn't matter. See, look, I'm dead anyways. Damn. Yeah, that double transform, I think, was pretty bad. Like, and maybe Aura Shatter was the correct take there instead of Seraphim form. Or, like, recognizing that our bottleneck was damage and not the other one. That is why transform is not as good as remove. Correct. So do we transform 2 cards again? How are we feeling today? Random rare card is probably better. Give me the rares. Undo is fine. We need to find something to do with it. We need to find something to undo with it. Well, this path looks kind of good. Like, that all looks good. We can also choose to go here, or to the Burning Elite, depending on if we think we're going to need the bonfire afterwards, and then both lead to the shop, potentially. So we want 1, 2, 3, bonfire, 2 events. Looks good to me. I'm really watching a flourish stream. God fucking damn it. Are my streams characterized by watching me die? Is that really it? See, Phalanx is just that card where, like, I want it every time, but I feel like I can't take it every time. Like, the pick here is probably Recall Present. So that I can, like, command or flag throw undo Recall Present. Or if I choose a plant card, then I can undo Recall Present. Which is exactly why we're going to take Phalanx. Oh, headpat? Wait. Did I not turn on the bot? Fuck! Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. There we go. It's gonna be on soon. It's gonna be on soon. It's loading. It's loading. I think it's loaded. Can you do it again? I'm waiting. Fuck! Why? I wanted pets. Why'd you have to bonk me, bro? I was expectant. Yeah, the thing that I was gonna say was, yeah, my life is just ReZero. my VTuber lore is just ReZero. You too thirsty for pats? Why'd you blame me? I wasn't blaming you. I was blaming. Fuck. You know, I really respect. I think one of the things that I respect very heavily about Chibidoki is her ability to scream on command when she gets things thrown at her. I don't think I would ever be able to do that. Like, doing that bit for, like, an extended period of time, like, that's some fucking dedication. Yeah. Remember that one guy who was, like, in chat for a bit? His name was, like, King or something? And, like, all he did was spam the head pat, where it's like, okay, I can react to the head pat, like a few times, and then I'm like, I don't think I can do it, like, 7 million times. Is that hand still smaller from patting Aya? Oh, maybe. Do you want it to be very big? Does it need to be a big hand? I kind of don't want to remove a strike, because I don't want to reduce the amount of damage in my deck, but we will get an attack. We will get one. I'm gonna upgrade Undo. Wanted you to work on your neck muscles? There's another way you can get me to do that. Oh, fuck. I guess we just do it like this. Yeah. I just felt like taking damage. Honestly, that's why I did that. Early Undo making it very hard for me to consider what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, there's the Recall Crescent again. I'm pretty sure we need that to do damage. I was sick. I love undoing retrace. It's so satisfying. So, do I take Twit Slash? I guess we're fighting at a lead. We do need damage. There are reasons we need damage. Take command. Because getting to undo command means we can hold it, which is kind of cool. So I can't tell. Here's the thing: is I can't tell if that was a very elaborate joke. Oh, means all form of harm trains them. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that, you know, that certain forms of training maybe will make my neck stronger. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm suggesting. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, this turn is going to be sweet. We're popping off! One character I think you would love in Tekken is Elisa. Seems like a character made for you. Oh no. Do I have to look up what this is? I think actually I wanted to twin slash first and I kind of made a mistake here. Never punish though. Defense card. Stancy card with defensive implications. I think the cool thing about undoing recall cards is that they give you mana. You did the right line because you were up -1 Aura Might? Oh, sweet. Nice. I did it. Oh, wait. Devout Lightning is good with undo. We'll do that. We're also going to upgrade our Devout Lightning. So Robot Chick, that's all about being cute. Just think you would like the character. Let me see. Fucking the Google search I had open was Weepin' Bell. Oh. Well, you could have told me she had, like, robotic angel wings. Smash. Big smash. It's very cute. Just a chainsaw? You could, like, attach something else to the chainsaw. We have 3 strikes. Upgrade 3 strikes to take the key. I guess the unfortunate thing is that we will eventually be removing that, but what are you gonna do? I guess we can take the curse here and remove it immediately, because our deck's already kind of lean. We also just upgraded these strikes. So perhaps we take the curse here because we can remove it. Alright, I keep forgetting it is specifically regret every time. Also, regret gave me tiny chest. For some reason, that's just like really funny. Detachable head which you can give to the opponent and have it explode on you. I would like her head to explode on me. Curse for the Burning Elite, great choice. We'll survive. We'll be fine. Fuck. That's not great. Probably should have retraced, like, a better, more usable card. Not dead yet. Still not dead because of Fairy in a Bottle, but also... Jesus. This is going swimmingly. Yeah, I think we call that a combo. From where I come from, we call that a combo. Holy shit. That Omamori is late. It's fucking late. Also, we have Phalanx, so we can take this Aura Essence and not be sad. So I think what I want this deck to do is we'll, like, have Aura Essence with Phalanx. We'll see if we can build towards that. And then we'll just, like, undo Retrace with, like, either undo Retrace for, like, cards we need, or, like, undo Devout Lightning, and then have this be our, like, big pokey damage card, but then everything else is, like, Aura Essence. I think I've tried to do this a couple times, and it, like, has variable effects. Possibly useful Omamori. Yes. It might be very good. Maybe. Who knows? Oh wow. I guess it doesn't matter how I do this. It's above average for Omamori. See, I feel like when I used to get it, I was like, oh yeah, that's really exciting, because, like, you know, events give me, like, curses and stuff, so, like, I want to not get cursed by the events, and then I started to recognize the fact that it was, like, not active a lot of the time. I was like, damn. That's unlucky. I think picking a block card would be a good idea for this Hexaghost fight that we're going to end up in. Yeah, like, we can use it here and not get injured. Ooh. Sweet. The shop is sweet. I want to take the other Aura Essence. This Grass Fade is also really cool, but I think we're going to take the Flagquake. Removal, this one. I almost want to, like, not take the Flagquake so that I can that I can heal, but because what I want to do here is not heal and then, like, upgrade Phalanx. Or Aura Essence, I don't know. Yeah, 3 Aura Essences being 3 instead of 2 Aura Essences being 4. So I think we do this. And then we'll Duplication Potion one of those. There's no blocks in this hand, so I guess I fucking die. That has happened before, Poi, where I'm just like, actually what I needed here was to remove the curse, and then I forget it. This happened before. Goulets. Yeah, it's not Let's Go, it's Goulets. So the Aura Essences are just, like, still in my deck, which is really funny. This also still doesn't have blocks in it. What the fuck? Jeez. I have slight concerns about this. Didn't actually need the undo this turn. I should probably have a more robust decision-making process for whether or not I should be retracing undo. Let's go, Eggplant Mouth. How did you know my name was Eggplant Mouth? Oh, I should have retraced a block. Am I dead? We're not dead! Let's go! Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 13 damage. We're not dead. What do we have coming up? He's seen you on the sites. Like the funny green site. Shit. I might just be dead here. Oh, I'm not. So much damage. That was really fucking close. Okay. Now what are we doing? So we have this going. Aura Essence Phalanx is good. I guess... I think taking Dimension Walker here is a bait. I think taking Dimension Walker is just a bait, in general. I want to take the Grimoire, so that I can draft it as a removal. Because we don't, like, need AoE. We don't have, like, strength scaling yet. I guess this goes with Undo. But I found that that's not really what we want to be doing. Like, it'll be hard to draw Excalibur and Undo and assemble that and have a replant. Take Dimension Walker for your 1 suspend card. See, the funny thing about that is that I was considering it because, like, if I remove a bunch of these cards and I only end up with, like, Devout Lightning as my main damage, and I'm like, I wonder if Dimension Walker's good, or perhaps, like, we take things like Hopeful Plea, and it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, blocking's good, but I think this, similar to Mystical Tiara and whatever, is like the equivalent of this card on something like Ironclad, like the exhaust payoffs, is like you kind of want to take those, and it's pretty safe to take those because there's like just so much exhaust. But for this one, it's like suspend is a lot more scarce, so it's kind of like you can't really take this one unless you've already drafted like 3 divine flashes. I think that's what I've noticed, which is unfortunate because I feel like I'd want this card to be better, but I don't think it is. It's not better. Jeez, wow. Nice strike dummy, idiot. I guess it's Pandora's box because we're not doming and we're not tiny housing, so let's go. Blessing, Aura Shatter, 2 barriers, rewrite Flag Vault. That's actually really good. This replaces our 4 blocks, which is kind of gas. This replaces our strikes. Blessing is doable, but I don't think it's like... It's actually... Blessing isn't doable, it's undoable. This is funny. Choose a relic. So it's grimoireable and undoable. So there's 3 elites with a shop or a bonfire, or 2 elites, bonfires, shops. I mean, like, this all looks good to me. This right-hand side path, like here. This all looks kind of good. Or we could run through like 70 million encounters and then, you know, two light bonfires. I guess the problem with like being ambitious with elites in this act, especially with a pulse deck, is that we're slow. So I think what we're realistically gonna do is fight this elite, hope it goes well, and then like if it goes well we can fight another one. If it doesn't go well, then we just go to the bonfire and try this one maybe. If it's like really bad, then we just like take all of the bonfires and then upgrade everything. Actually, that's a really good point. We want the bonfires to upgrade Aura Essence, which is like actually really important. Okay. Aside from Aura Shatter, but that goes well with Devout Lightning? Yes, it does. I get a cheeky undo here? I can get a cheeky undo here. Nice. Could also do something like this. We could Grimoire undo. It's kind of cool. I misplayed that turn. Sorry, I'm getting up out of my chair. Okay, I'm gonna be back in like 2 seconds. Look at this card reward. Sorry, the coffee hit me all at once. Spike or skip, probably skip. I actually agree with that. Because we could want the spike for just, like, it says apply weaken. And that could be useful to us. I think it actually is spike. Which you might have come to the same conclusion of if you, like, looked at the deck. I guess the issue is, like, we could wait for an Aura Slow, but I think because this is here, we just take it. And we're a little light on attacks anyways. I actually know what I'm removing here. Twin Slash? Yes. Retrace. Pretty sure it's Twin Slash. I didn't feel like there was a need for more attacks the way the deck is going. That's fair. I found that a lot of times I'll draft like a pure pulse deck and then like lose if I don't have 70 phalanxes. So we have 1 phalanx and 2 aura essences at the moment, which is like good. It's good that we have that synergy, but like I don't think it is enough to like just take over the game yet. Synchronize is good, but I think we'll be... Like, we already have a good defensive suite, so, like, we'll play... We'll pick Piccoli. Piccoli. Don Dakaton. Yeah, I don't think we have time for the Devout Lightning. So do this. Oh, if we had... we could... If we had command... Fuck, no. It could have been so good. Oh, we could have undoed anyways, and then... Oh, that would have been so good. That would have been so smart. It's okay. You're in Act 2 with a question mark card. So I think you can be pickier with card choices, but I see your point. That's fair. I will admit that I wasn't super cognizant of having this. I think I just want to draw like a command or something. Which we didn't. So we do this, and then we find a command, or that one, recall present. I think we've got damage covered. Interestingly, on the -1 turns, barrier is very bad. But I don't think we need to worry. Still. Yeah, I think we're fine. Tiny chest trigger. Ooh. White beast statue. Yes. Yes, please. We are going to upgrade an aura essence so that we get more pulse triggers. Yup. Okay. I have made this mistake before, and I have chosen not to kill an enemy. I know that that's like, well, duh. Do the right thing, duh. But I've actually made this mistake so many times. I don't know if I can kill it, even. Seven. So it's 3 plus 10. So I do need to do this. Just watch some Digimon clips and have to say, why does the company love killing Leomon? Like, bro, just be chilling and then suffering the worst imaginable fates. Free haste! Whoa! The 0 mana haste was 0 mana! Let's go! I think we'll kill the other ad. I know what's in my graveyard. This is probably good. Ooh. That's gas. That is gasoline. You don't have to do that. We can just chill. With the command in our hand. I just watched him get his chest pierced, fuse into another monster where his head becomes his other arm. Like, I think they hate lions. No, they just hate furries. Clearly. What am I doing here? Like, shatter, quake, command, undo? Seems pretty good. Damn, that was so fucking clean. Banner ignition! As much as I want to take banner ignition here, I'm pretty sure it's grasp fate. But damn, do I really want to take banner ignition. I think grasp fate is just the more powerful card. Especially with, like, Grimoire Blessing Undo. Like, this stuff in our deck means that we can, like, mill Blessing and Grimoire it. Just thought of this as a very slight nerf to Blessing from it becoming a skill. Is that you're less likely to get it from a skill potion than you were to get it from a power potion. Yeah, just, like, due to card pool size. It's interesting. It's even worse since only the other Mon, he's the sword Mon. So it's just his face and a sword coming out of it. Ooh. Fuck. I can't take it. I was like, can I replace some strikes? We cannot. Unfortunately. Nunchaku. I actually don't know if we need that. I guess it's kind of free. And like, this is still a suite of attacks that we are going to be playing, so charging your Nunchaku is reasonable. Okay. So, probably not playing this. Probably not playing this. We could want to play the Recall Present if it kills the thing, so... Okay, maybe we want to get Aura Essence, like, more confirmed so we play this. Nope. Can't retrace, I don't think. Actually, I suppose... maybe we can. I'm just thinking, do we play the Phalanx? And I believe the answer is yes. And then now the question is, what do I want to undo? Do I want to undo? I can't undo those, because those are wounds. So I think I can't tell if I have to undo Flagquake or undo Flag Vault. So is it... like, Vault is safer. But I don't know if that doesn't kill this last guy. You can undo those. That's what the issue is. This is correct. This is true. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna undo Vault. Damn, these fights are so clean. Take flight sounds amazing right now. Alternatively, momentum swipe can be good with nunchaku, but I don't think that's what we're doing. I think this is what we're doing. I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe it actually is blessing and like blessing momentum swipe with undo and like all of these like plant recalls. Like maybe that's what we're actually doing. And then this is just like a defensive engine. So we're still going to upgrade the aura essence with the purpose of, you know? Yeah. So I'm not American. I just wanted to laugh at the fact that it's like question I'm not American, right? So but I wanted to read it as like I'm not American. So question, I'm not American, so my answer I believe is different. What would you like most? A free brand new car like a Civic, or all your debt paid / condemned? Depends. Can I take out a loan beforehand? I don't know. Am I American? You tell me. How American do I act? If I start talking about guns and freedom, what's gonna happen? Well, see, here's the problem. Is that I don't drive. So, you know, I don't drive, so having a car doesn't do anything. And then I don't have any debts, so having my debt paid doesn't do anything. Technically, Canada is in North America. Who said I'm Canadian? Your accent is too American to hide it. What the fuck? Are you saying that my accent is not North American? My accent is American? Do I sound American? I know people tell me I have an accent. I have no idea what my accent is. Like, I don't know what weird, you know? Bro doesn't drive, he's like Ryan Gosling. Italian Norwegian? Is that what I sound like? What part of that makes me sound like Italian Norwegian? You've talked about Canadian dollars on multiple occasions, but I suppose it's not confirmed. Exactly. Actually, I'm just by the border, and it's a money laundering scheme to talk about Canadian dollars. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it could be momentum swipe. The thing is, like, take flight is really good. Is it take flight? I actually think take flight is gonna help us a lot versus collector post debuff. So I'm gonna take flight. He doesn't drive, okay? So he's either not American or in a city. I have no debt. He's not American! Fucking incredible. God, well, I read a comment the other day because Fauna played Dota 2, which my understanding is that that's like the the Fauna used to be a gamer girl who played Dota 2, and then she stopped playing. Went back to playing Dota 2, and then it's like... the comment was like, alright guys, we're playing Dota 2 today because there's like a tournament tomorrow. And it's like, oh, so she wants to practice for the Dota 2 tournament. And it's like, I organized the Dota 2 tournament. It's like, huh? What? Are you okay? Yes. Fauna played Dota 2 and then she got better. Exactly. You sound Scottish to me? That's interesting. But yeah, it's the same thing where it's like, he doesn't drive. Okay, well, he's not American. He's either not American or he's in a city. It's like, I have no doubt. It's like, there's no way. Not having any debts, not American. Can't be American. Isn't talking about crippling debt. Hilarious. It doesn't actually matter what order we do this in, but I'm going to upgrade this first. Joking. Oh my god, sorry. I need to talk about this right now. Sorry, you did the thing where you put your intent in joke. Okay, where did I put it? No, I actually need to show you this immediately. Where the fuck is it? I think I put it in my recycling bin. Hold, pause. This is actually so fucking important. Hold on. Where is it? This one. Restore. Okay. So, I am about to show you a picture of a cute anime girl. Prepare yourself. Okay. So fucking important is in the recycling bin. Okay. So, this is very important. I put it in the recycling bin because I wasn't sure if I was going to show it to anybody. But there was this art of Nova, the card game Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I fucking love this post. Like, so you can see here, this is this post. Now here's the thing, is that okay, so chat, I have social anxiety sometimes, and I'm using that as a broad sweeping category for my brain thinks to do something and then I don't do it. I convince myself to not do it due to anxiety reasons. I really wanted to comment on this post. As you can see though, there is only one comment and there is many likes. So the one comment was made by the artist and nobody else commented on this post. So I was like, I don't want to be the only person who posts on this thing that's not the artist, especially because I would be saying something like semi-sarcastic, but not really. And then I was recommended, well, you can put your intent in brackets and then like that makes it like more okay. Right? So what I really wanted to say on this post was like, man, this emanates so much girl failure energy and I fucking love that for her. Brackets endearing. I wanted to post it so bad because it's so fucking cute. Like, the girl failure energy is so real in this post. But the thing is that, like, due to my brain being fucked up, I did not post that. But holy shit. The feeling in my chest was like, wow. How much girl failure energy needs to be in this post that you were Saber Artoria Pendragon and you broke your fucking sword. And also that you are concerned about it because now you don't know what to do because you broke your sword. So, Jesus. All girl failures are extremely cute, breedable. Extremely breedable. In brackets, cute. Jesus. The point is that that was what happened yesterday. No, not yesterday. It was like a few days ago when I saw it. And I was like, damn it. I hate my brain for stopping me to do things that I want to do. Like, I just want to, like, say things, but then I get convinced to not say those things. I think Mighty Banner here is good. Because it... The main thing that Mighty Banner does here is that we don't get fucked by the -1 turn. Especially because we have 3 barriers in our deck. Anyways, the point is... cute art. I do that all the time in this chat. Most messages I write don't end up in chat. That's fair. Just be how it do. So just imagine the stupid shit I don't send. See, that's the problem, though. It's that it's like, okay, but like, I want to send the stupid shit. And it's like, you know, sometimes I guess, you know, it's a good idea. Maybe you don't need to send everything, but like, man. That was a cute artwork. When I already send so much stupid shit, think of all the stupid shit I don't send. You're right. You right. Here we go. Cute and funny girls that fail on consistently. Listen. Yeah, the idea, the point, right? The point of a girl failure, right? What was it? I think Lando made a video on this. Yes. Very important. Is that it's like, it's not that they're like actually super incompetent, you know what I mean? It's that like, you know, there are moments of girl failureness, and then you just like have a strong desire to protect them. Right? And I think it's really important to know that it's like not derogatory. It is always said in a very loving context. Very important distinction. Protect brackets, bully. No, you got it wrong. It's bully brackets lovingly. Endearing. Vaughn, welcome to House Lyria. Thank you so much. Welcome. I was debating whether I take the sidearm or not. It is card draw. We actually maybe need card draw. Like we have some card draw things, but we can add to the critical mass of card draw in our deck. So I think upgraded sidearm is good. We don't have to upgrade anything, right? Like, we don't... It's not like we need to upgrade, like, you know, any of these things. I guess we could upgrade Take Flight, but I think having 21 HP is better. Chat is still in sub-only mode, huh? Wait, is it? I thought I turned it off. Oh, shit. Whoops. I thought I changed that. That's so weird. Huh. Been like that since you turned it on? Oh. So here's the thing. So before I go live, there's a there's a check that I do basically that like I turn it off manually every time, actually. But I guess when I go live, like when I hit live on Streamlabs, like it doesn't, like it takes the old setting, I guess. That's so weird. I don't know why it does that. Because I have been manually turning it off every time. Huh. Well, I mean... Thank you for letting me know, because I never would have known. Because I thought I was turning it off every time. But now that should be fixed. That's a lot of damage. I think we flip our deck over. Blocking will probably be part of what we're doing this turn, so... But if we draw command, then we can command and then blessing, then barrier. We didn't draw command. Fuck. That's so unlucky. Just didn't figure it was worth mentioning since it wasn't like anyone new was showing up. Damn. Damn you, right? Do we want to save this? But, like, it's possible that there are people who could have wanted to stick around and then, like, didn't because, you know, chat was in sub-only mode. So that's kind of unfortunate, I think. Not much to do in this hand. I guess we can blessing and then take a bunch of damage. Like, we'll need to do this eventually. I was thinking of playing this, but maybe it's Aura Shatter instead. Next turn we have good backup for blocking and stuff. I was watching another stream, Unfaithful, I know, and someone gifted memberships there. It was opt-in still. That's so weird. So possibly an option on your part. I don't know. Because the thing is, if it was on my end, then I would just say, yes, anyone can get a gifted sub. And then I would just, like, do that. Oh, I see some of the gifted subs are running out. That's too bad. I determined that it was not within what I wanted to spend to get more memberships to fund another emote, fortunately. But we could maybe cycle some stuff out. I don't know. I think we have a lot of slots, realistically. And I can't really complain because I may or may not have wailed to get AF Yala. So that was a personal decision. So that was a personal decision that was on me. I surpassed my monthly flower whaling limit, so I wasn't about to spend for that either. Yes, respectable. I just remember that I was considering it. And now the sub or the member count is going down, which is fine. It was literally just because I noticed that it was happening. I want to draw I want to draw a recall card. We did not. So instead we just do this. Nice. Good job, me. How could you be unfaithful? Tell me, Poi, before their judgment. Yeah, I was wondering about the emotes. I feel like the dumb one isn't used a lot. Headpad is never used. No one ever uses that one. I think because there's like no point. It doesn't express anything that chat needs to feel. Squish is also like, it's good, but it's like, what is the point? Yeah, same. Welcome, Dat. How's it going? I felt like this one should be used more, but it doesn't. Like, people don't actually use it, or like I suppose need to use it. Pat doesn't really do anything. Technically, these emotes are all synonymous, but like, it's fine. I do think this emote is good. Yeah, same. I thought maybe like this emote isn't like, it's not actually like, you know? Yeah, if you did something stupid in a game, I would just post question marks, not that. Yeah. It's because it's kind of different, right? Like, this is like, haha, you're stupid. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, brain empty. Whereas like question marks is like I'm confused by what you just did. Like I can't actually determine if it was explicitly bad or something, but like I'm going to post these question marks instead. Like I think it's just expressing it in a different way with like slightly different, you know, connotations. I know there's a mystical pendant here, but also drain time. Like counterpoint drain time. Like there's this mystical pendant, but counterpoint drain time? That's tough. Is 4 aura essences enough? Or do we need 8 aura essences? I think I use this quite a bit, but that's because I post a lot of dumb things. This probably should be getting used more, but people aren't using it. I'm half joking, by the way. But I feel like there's a number of opportunities for people to use it. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just surprised at how lenient you guys are with letting me get away with saying things like getting double teamed by elites. Alright. Question is, do we need Mystical Pendant? The thing is, we also double the amount we get from Phalanx, which is sweet. But Drain Time is so good. We have, like, Blessing Drain Time. You know what? Fuck it. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need Drain Time. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think we need it. I think what we care more about is Mystical Pendant. I'm gonna take Mystical Pendant. Give me the Tiara. Fuck. Wow. Cool Sozu. God, Coffee Dripper would have been so good if we took Drain Time. So the question is, do we want to get fucked? We can't take Coffee Dripper. We are a slow deck. Unfortunately, that means our White Beast statue becomes terrible, but like I think it's this one. Alternatively, Sacred Bark with White Beast statue? Because I never take this. Like, I never take this relic. But maybe it's good. Fuck it, we ball. Alright. Let's go. Sacred Bark, White Beast statue. It's happening. This left path looks good. There's a lot of bonfires. Okay. Look at this one. Oh. It's important for me for the emote combination. Let's goo eggplant. For me, that's because I don't like the whole Ayo meme, so I rarely use it. That's fair. I think it's funny. Or I like the cat. Like I like that one. I don't remember how it's actually spelled, but huh? Like what? Huh? I was scared for all of 2 seconds. Okay, but that one is funny, that's the thing. To me, they represent the same thing. Actually, what do we think about that? Maybe instead of the Ayo face, it should be like the Ha face. Like the Ha cat. Fuck, I love the face so much. It just communicates so much. Yeah, because I guess instead of mouth closed, it's like mouth slightly open, like what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It's like jaw kind of agape. You know? All the memes on your chat are euphemisms for gooing? How did you know? I don't think we take anything else. Deck's pretty solid right now. I don't think I want to add stuff. We're about to go to a shop. Let's upgrade a card. Let's make this one mana. I don't know how effective it would be when not animated. Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be, unfortunately. I unfortunately think we don't play the other aura essence. We just block. Oh yeah, I guess I maybe could have done that. Yeah. Oh, that's literally the difference between triggering Tiny Chest or not triggering it if we go this way. That's my bad. Misplay. Do I want to not take 16 damage this turn? Kind of. Another take flight. Sure. Sure. Another aura essence. All right. I actually don't think we need it. As much as I want to take it, I think we don't. Because we don't have a banner ignition, and then we might get kind of clogged. Like, eight aura essences isn't enough. I don't think we need more. What am I removing? What is not great here? Is there just nothing to remove? What the fuck? Aura Shatter? I think it's Aura Shatter, actually, yeah. We don't need the vulnerable. And it's not like we need to shred artifact for a mid-second or something. Yeah, I'm on board with that. The pulse synergy bottleneck is currently drawing a phalanx. I agree. Needs to spread awareness on how dangerous bears are. Huh? Want this one? Exactly. They're just tiny little guys. But if they have an effect, then it's over. We definitely take this. Drawing cards is good. Maybe we don't. Are we fighting? Awakened one. Maybe we don't take this. That can't be right? We're doing... We can do a little bit of dancing. Dance a little bit. We have 4, so those are both dead. It's like the Discovery Channel, but in real time. So is it like real time, like animals mating? Like what is... I don't understand. Can you explain it to me? Alright, that draws me a card. Shit. Tekken 8, my other comment got deleted. Oh. What was the other comment? I'm guessing anything to do with violence, or whatever. Violence. Oh, I could have used a potion. You do know more than mating happens on the Discovery Channel, right? Yeah. We'll go with yeah. Easy pass on ceramic fish. We could get a chest here instead of fighting an elite. We could just not fight the elite. Do you have to upgrade anything? Not really. We could upgrade this take flight. Let's just do the tiny chest. I think it's better to jam Blessing, because then we can block and stuff. People who play him are spreading public awareness on how dangerous bears are. What? How you wish anybody would say that to you. Fuck. Okay. We're good. I'm good. You're not good, but I'm good. You're bad. I'm saying it now. You're bad. Oh, wow. It constricted me again. What the fuck? I forgot that it does that. It's like if it fails to do the constriction, it chooses to do it again. I'm not good. I'm great. Fuck. Me realizing I don't have any defense. Shh, that was in the wrong order. Look, flower without Tekken. How would you know how to deal with a bear that knows Kung Fu? King Fu? Just keep auto-correcting you? That's so funny. Isn't King the only character in Tekken that knows Kung Fu? I don't know. Hey, there's our other phalanx. Sweet. Now we just need to not fuck it up. Don't think we want another blessing. Do we want that momentum swipe? I don't think so. I said King Fu as a joke on the character of King. Oh. I did not read that well. At all. I did that in the wrong order. Never punished. So now we make 12 block a turn? 24 block a turn. Very strong. It's free real estate. I don't think we need to take Echoing Pulse. I don't think that is required. We're just gonna continue along our merry way. Why do you do this to me? I feel like sometimes things I say are so dumb, even when it's not spelled incorrectly, it just autocorrects it. sometimes that be how it do, you know? That just be how it do. There we go. This is probably worth it. Is there any game you're looking forward or are planning to try out? I don't think there's anything. Oh, the BlazBlue roguelike. It's gonna have its actual release soon. That's pretty exciting. Here's where I sit here with Invoke Lightning for 70 turns until it dies. Sweet, and I think that comes with Taukaka, which might be fun. Yeah, the thing I'm excited for is that I think they've pretty... It's not like heavily implied, but like they've mentioned a lot of the things that I think, if they were adjusted well, would make the game feel better. So like they mentioned stuff about the entropy, like the entropy stuff, about potentials, and how that stuff was going to be a little bit adjusted, so I'm really curious to see what they have. Classic pulse deck going at the speed of sound here. Can they give Kokonoe her nuke? I don't know, you'll have to ask the devs on that one. I really want to get a shelter. I know it's not necessary, and I know it would probably make the deck worse, but I just want it, you know? I just want one. She already has orbital laser, she doesn't need a nuke. I mean, that's true, but But she does have one, I think. I guess what we might also want is like a time walk. Which I don't think... We have like one opportunity to get a time walk. Which is from... Sentries? Huh. Would you be interested in a Yakuza game, since I wouldn't mind paying one for you to try it? I think I've watched people play Yakuza, and I'm not huge on it. It's very, like, mini-game centric, right? Like, that's supposed to be the appeal of the game. Whereas I'm not huge on that. It's like all the wacky, crazy side stories you end up in, was my understanding. You can just play Mahjong, that's the entire game. Well, that's what I'm saying, it's like, I don't want to play Mahjong, I want to play whatever the game is. But it's also a lot of reading, which unfortunately I struggle to care about. That's interesting. I can Gambler's Brew away this blessing. Shit, and then it's gonna get shuffled. No! I thought I had a big brain. I didn't have a big brain. No, my brain was so tiny. Why was my brain so tiny? Fuck. And I drew it again. That's so funny. Well, I thought I had a good plan. I did not have a good plan. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna put it in the graveyard so that I can grimoire it, and then it just like didn't. It just like didn't. It didn't happen. Not my fault. It's the game's fault. So we currently make 8 times 4 block, 32. That's enough to block most things in the game. Kind of best is it's a really good drama mixed with the silliest quest he's ever known. It's beat 'em up roots, just instead of beating up gangsters, sometimes you're beating up a dude in a chicken costume. Protecting Michael Jackson from zombie actors. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where, like I feel like I see other people play it, and I'm like, wow, they do a really good job of, like, you know, like, playing along with, like, the, you know, goofy side quests and, like, being really into it. I feel like if I played it, I would struggle. Like, I struggle to pay attention to the, like, story or what the fuck is going on. I don't know. I honestly feel like it might just be a skill issue. It's an entertainer issue. I should maybe do research and then see what I can actually replicate. Let's upgrade Blessing? Maybe? Maybe we just heal? Do we just heal? It's like 2 more dexterity. No time sickness. Take flight? More uses of take flight? That might actually be worth it. Okay. I am not going to buy another grass plate. Whoa, dead branch! We need this for the heart. Easy ancient potion. Well, we can't turn 1 blessing. Grimoire. Show me the grimoire. Give me the grimoire. It is not grimoire. Oh, we have a nunchaku charge. There was a rare skill on sale. Yeah, but it wasn't. It unfortunately was not the good one that we wanted. Okay, can Grimoire do anything good for us here? We can Grimoire retrace for command, actually. That's pretty good. I guess we could have Grimoire just, like, take flight, which might have been better. That actually was probably better. One thing that helps Yakuza is just how it started is, which... Oh, okay. I was just making sure I wasn't rereading the same comment. Which might help everything kind of hard to ignore when you see a grown man in a diaper. You're really just forced to absorb it all. But yeah, I definitely understand your viewpoint. Yeah, again, I think it's not like a this game bad, you know? It's just like a... I'd be concerned to, like, do it, and then, like maybe I'm just, like, not funny. It's more of a concern of me not being funny in general, but, you know. I think it's been a while since we've won with a pulse deck. Be cool to see if this can get us the W. Bottling Blessing, I think, is actually the play. Because Heart doesn't attack on turn 1, and if we Blessing Ancient Potion, we're off to the races. Drain time, my beloved. So we don't discard the Blessing. I think we don't discard anything, actually. because we don't want to draw cards with curses, like with the curses getting shuffled, so we just keep everything. Yeah. And there we go. I think this is the most we can do. That changes everything. I'm gonna get attack next turn, and I feel like... What is my answer to getting attack next turn? I just don't know, man. Thank you for the head pat. We could get a recall, like recall detonate or recall crescent off of this attack potion, which could generate us a mana, like an energy. We could also phalanx, like phalanx retrace command. And then command aura essence. I'm just concerned about not having enough to block next turn. Which, like, I don't know what we can do about that. Like, we need to do stuff now because we have a burn in this 45. There's also retrace take flight. Or just undo take flight here. Which is maybe better. But then we have, like, no scaling. And I'm wondering if I should be concerned about no scaling. We have blessing. Like, we need to get these powers into play. But I think taking a lot of damage is worse. So we do this. I think if we can stabilize, we'll be a lot better off than just like jamming here. Oh, I don't know how 50% of one works. Does it make it 0? I think it makes it 0. Let's find out. Well, that's 15. What attack here would be good? Sidearm? I could just have to wait again. If we can, once again, if we get a recall off of this, that'd be really good. So let's see. No. No recall. So it's one phalanx, one aura essence, maybe? 2 phalanxes so that we can play our commands and stuff, maybe? Oh, we also auto-recall next turn. Let's check how much block we have first. 47 plus 8. 48. You don't want to play the temporal spike. We can shred the temporal spike on a different turn. Yikes. Take flight? Mystical pennant. I guess I didn't check to see if this is enough. So we're going to be overly cautious. Possible I wanted to play the drain time over doing that plant recall garbage. Yeah, I think taking the heal would have been better. I actually don't think this is enough block. Is it? 8 times 4, 32? Oh, I think this does actually block it. Right? 92? Jesus. And this would be 40. Damn. Next buff is going to be an issue. Yeah. Perhaps we were too slow. This is 51. And I'm going up to 40 plus 12 is 52. So we are at 1. I feel like I want to prepare for next turn. And the only way I can really do that is by retracing something. Is retracing Flag Vault better to recall with command? Because that's 7 plus, well, 11 plus 8 is 19. That's less than 22. We also get to draw the card. Oh, there's also the block from recalling. going way too slow to ever win. You need some blocking inevitability, like Shelter, to go this slow. That's a lot of damage. Plus 32. That's not enough, but I think we dodged. We dodged. That's so sad. And Chaku almost saved it. Yeah, because this puts us to like 100 and something. I think we needed to try and draw the second take flight. Damn. That's so sad. We had turn 1 blessing. But I guess we didn't pick a lot of like things to bridge our buffing turns. Like we didn't have time walk or a mid-second. We had take flight, which interestingly, like while good, did not stop the heart from getting to +6 strength. Man. $118. Damn. Literally so close. Yeah. Take flight does not bridge a blessing turn, not that that was an issue. Yeah, I just... like, our synergy here made 32 block a turn, basically. Our full suite of stuff. So 32 block a turn plus, you know, our barriers blocking for, like, 2 plus, like, 6. You know? Like... 10? You would think, like, that's a lot. Or enough, but we weren't able to do a whole lot of damage in the meanwhile. Skill issue again? I don't know. 32 block a turn is good, but it doesn't win on its own. Yeah. Might have been interested in retrying this fight, but I think it's time to go. I think this deck maybe could have made it. I don't know if there was, like... you know? Like, I know we Grimoired Undo on 1 turn so that we could survive, but I wonder if, like, on that turn, you know, there's another way to survive, and then Undo is instead on, like, Flag Quake Recall Crescent, then maybe, like... you know, the recall on... half on Recall Crescent gives you, like, 16 block. And then this would give you 4 times whatever. 4 pulses times 4, 16, so 32. This was also 32 block, just doing these 2 cards. So I wonder if, like, Undo plus these 2 was, like, what I was supposed to be doing. Sounds like Flar should cry about it. Well, what if I do? What if I just aggressively cry at you? And then everybody leaves. Damn. I guess also energy was sort of a problem. Like, we had a Sacred Bark. But... like... I think the potions weren't as useful. Like, even though we were getting a potion every combat, they were not as useful as would have been an additional energy every turn. So it's like this. I'd feel needed for once in my life. Shit. Where is it? Yeah, so I think the mistake was actually taking Sacred Bark. Because knowing that our deck was going to be very self-sufficient in, like, casting powers and stuff, like, we don't need this synergy. Like, this... We don't need that to win, right? Our win condition here was to play Aura Essences and Phalanxes and stuff and do, like, Recall Crescent plus the Pulse, wherever it was, Flagquake. Like, that was our win condition. Or Devout Lightning. So we just needed energy, I think. Like, I don't know if that confirms that we could beat the heart, but I think 12 additional energy, because that was 12 turns, right? Like, 12 additional energy, I think, would have been, like, a huge thing in that hard fight. Even, like, turn 1, blessing into whatever else we had. There was that turn where I was kind of mulling over, like, Aura Essence plus Phalanx, when I could have just double Phalanxed Aura Essence. Right? Like, all of those turns would have been fixed. Double Ancient Potion, not... So, like, not actually that relevant, because, like, one Ancient Potion blocks the Vulnerable. Like, you don't need to block... The other one it blocked is Weakened, because it's Vulnerable, Weakened, and then Frail. Whereas, like, we weren't concerned about Frail. Or, we would be more concerned about Frail. We're not concerned at all about Weakened. So it's like, I think the Sacred Bark just didn't do anything. And the correct choice on this was Sozu. But me being like, but White Beast statue is like, okay, well, that's cool and all, but it ain't it. We would have needed 2 very good potions, I think. Like Time Walk Potion and Fairy. I mean, not even that, because Ancient Potion is already good, but like, we would have wanted, like, Potion Belt plus this, plus a bunch of potions, because our deck already was doing what it needed to do. But yeah. Okay. That's gonna be it for today. It's time to go. So, thank you for joining me for my hour-and-a-half-long Zatsudan. What does Sacred Bark plus Bottle of Aeons do? It removes the time sickness. So Bottled Aeons has time sickness. Sacred Bark removes the time sickness. Which I guess isn't, like, major in the context of Sacred Bark. It was more that, like, having a Time Walk in a bottle would have been good there. Was why I mentioned it. I believe in you as a hero and you fail. Worst day of my life. Listen, sorry. If you were expecting anything else, then I don't know how to help you. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So, if you're still here, I'll say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Maybe stream tomorrow? Question mark. Probably, in all likelihood. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. Expecting wins on a flower stream? That one was very close. That one was very, very close. Also, the first loss was because Double Transform fucked me. Alright, I'm gonna go now. So, see you all later. I hope you have a good one. Thank you for your support, and bye. See you next time. Why?